Many hands make light work. Gonna have a bumper crop this year. These little baby grapes are coming in, doing well. Welcome friends. In this week's video we are doing some things around the homestead, so we're just going to make a little vlog about that this week.
We'll be ordering some chickens and working in the garden.
Just kind of hanging out. Hope you follow us along and enjoy the video. We're looking online, talking about getting some new chickens from a hatchery. Every other year we get a new flock.
So we ordered in about mid-July.
Yeah, and the reason that we do that, I know a lot of people like to order chickens in the springtime, and we used to do that too, but the difference is chickens like it hot. They like the, what do they like 90 degrees when they're first born?
Yeah, it's like 90 degrees for like the first week.
Yeah, and then you're supposed to step it down every week and all that. In the middle of the summer, in the middle of July, it's warm, more like that kind of temperature. If you get them in the spring, you have to heat the chicks the whole time, heat the brooder, and by the time they're really old enough to get out of the brooder, starting to heat up outside. If we get them in the middle of the summer, like mid-July, they'll arrive and it'll be hot outside, and so we might heat at night some, but mostly during the day they won't need any heat.
So if we get meat birds and we get them in mid-July, they would be ready by October, which is a nice time to butcher the chickens.
Everything's nice and cool.
Yeah, because it's cool.
It's cool outside.
And you have less flies.
The bugs are gone.
Around. And it's, you know, nobody likes butchering when it's 90 degrees outside.
Right, and if you order your chickens in the spring and you have meat birds, they're ready to butcher about mid-July when it's really getting hot outside. So, and there's a lot of bugs. So I would rather butcher in October, even November, when it's cool, it's nice to be out, fewer bugs. And that's why we're ordering ours to arrive mid-July.
Don't get a mean rooster.
No mean roosters?
No mean roosters.
Get all hens.
All hens?
All hens.
And what about egg color? That's another thing that's funny, is people think that there's a difference in the nutrients with the egg color, but actually if the chickens are all raised the same, there is no difference. A white egg, a brown egg, a blue egg, they're all the same as far as nutrients, as long as the bird is raised the same. Now the difference there is a commercial chicken tends to be raised in a certain way that's less healthy, and the eggs might not be as healthy, and they tend to use a white egg. If your home flock are all white egg layers and you're feeding them healthy feed and all that, you're going to have just as good of an egg as, you know, somebody else who has brown egg layers. So there really is no difference as long as the bird is fed the same kind of diet, a good healthy diet like what chickens should have.
Like if they're out foraging, they'll eat bugs. They'll scratch at the ground. They'll get bugs out of the dirt.
They eat weeds, whatever, they'll eat grass.
They'll have certain things that they like, and they'll tend to eat those things down.
Like kitchen scraps.
Like
kitchen scraps are good to feed to your chickens. We feed a lot of kitchen scraps. We compost everything, but we divide it. Stuff for the chickens and stuff for the compost pile.
Yeah. Our chickens really like banana peels.
And cake.
And birthday cake. Like, so sometimes we'll make cake and sometimes we don't eat it all. And because we don't eat sugary things every day. So then some of it will go stale. So So we give it to the chickens, and they love that stuff. And popcorn, they love popcorn.
Well, what kind of chickens shall we get?
Buff Orpington.
We like to get the Buff Orpington because tend to be a friendly bird, and they do get broody. Hey, they got ducks on. What do you think of ducks?
Yeah, ducks.
You want some geese?
Yes.
How about turkeys? Look at these big old turkeys on here. Yeah.
Can we mail order llamas?
Llamas?
In the mail?
What about ostriches? Do they have ostriches?
I don't think they have ostriches on here.
But I want to stand on one of their eggs.
You think you could saddle an ostrich and ride it around?
Yes.
We should move on.
$50 million? Who cares?
Weeding the garden. Many hands make light work. All right, what are you weeding in this row?
Tomatoes.
They're tomatoes? Really hard to see. They blend in pretty well. Here's a tomato plant. Here's a tomato plant. Another one there. And so on. Tomato there and there. Looking good. Sweet potatoes are coming in. We tend to treat sweet potatoes like an annual, but they are actually a perennial. As I understand, you can plant them and just leave them there, but we rotate our crops, and so we treat them like an annual. Same's true with peppers. Peppers are actually a perennial plant. They'll live for a few years in the right climate. We had some pepper plants that we put in pots and we set outside during the growing season, and we brought them in the winter, and they actually lasted almost 3 years. They lasted through 3 winters, and the third growing season they fizzled out. We had a cold snap, and that's what happened with those in their 3rd year. And our potatoes are doing good. So we put cardboard in between our rows. Any boxes that we have delivered, we save them, and we just use them in between the rows. It helps keep the weeds down. There won't be quite as much weeding in these areas, but yeah, we didn't have enough boxes to do everything. Our blueberries are just coming out like crazy. We're gonna have a bumper crop this year. Even the smaller plants, I mean, they're just giving like crazy. Thornless blackberries, we've tried to get rid of these. We used to have a bunch of them, but we're keeping them at this point. We try to get rid of the blackberries because we don't actually like all the little seeds that they have. But we do like the taste. We prefer the blueberries, so we got rid of most of our blackberries and put in lots of blueberries. All right, let's check on the grapes, how they're doing. These little baby grapes are coming in, doing well. Lots of grapes. There are lots of grapes. Wow. We're gonna have quite a few this year, once again. Well, some of them are weeding. There's some mowing going on as well. That's an electric lawnmower, and we actually like it pretty good because it's quiet, and it does just as good of a job as a smaller gas mower. But one thing we don't like is we've had that thing for 1 year now. It's been a full year. We used it all last season and this season so far. And now the battery charger, the battery still charges, but it doesn't last as long as it used to. So we have to charge it more often. And the charger is flashing these little lights. Whatever those lights are supposed to mean is that something's wrong with the battery. So at this point, it still holds the charge, but yeah, the battery has lasted 1 year, and now there's something wrong with it. And a new battery is almost $300. So to get 1 year of mowing out of this thing, and the mower itself was like six something, almost 700 bucks. So to get 1 year out of a lawnmower, so if this thing goes out, I don't think we'll be buying another one of those. Yeah, the battery does not hold its charge like it used to. It lasts about half as long as it did. Other than that, we would have loved the machine because it's quiet. Hey, chick, chick, chick. Hey, chickies. What in the world? He must have an itch on his back. Oh my. That's kind of funny. All right, well, I think we're going to stop the video here.
Check out the links in the description below.
That does support our channel, and that does help us to continue to bring you this content.
Chickens are annoying, but llamas are not. Unless they spit on you.
What about alpacas?
Yes.
Doing some things around the homestead.
Look out this.
Well, if you've enjoyed this video, please share it with your friends and hit that like button if you haven't done so already. And while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe to our channel. We put out new videos every week, every Friday morning. And if you'd like to receive notifications when we do upload the next video, hit that notification bell. And check out our channel. We have several videos just like this one or very similar. We do various things including hiking, biking, boating, fishing, builds of various kinds, mostly outdoor activities. Some homesteading is thrown in there as well. This channel is for the experience. We do these things for the experience of doing them and to show others how you can do it too. We try to be fun and entertaining while being educational all at the same time. Sometimes these experiences are done for the first time, and other times they're things that we do all the time. Sometimes we do things just for the fun of doing it. Thank you. We'll see you on the next one.